Let's talk about one of the most important and honestly, one of the most misunderstood government departments in South Africa, Home Affairs. For most of us, it's a place we only think about when we need a new ID or passport, but its actual role in our lives and in the life of the nation goes so much deeper. It really all begins with something you probably have in your wallet right now, your smart ID card. This thing isn't just a piece of plastic, it's the official, government-backed statement of who you are as a South African citizen. It's the department's most visible promise to confirm and protect your identity. But what does that really entail? Think about it. From the moment you're born to the day you might get married, from your very first trip overseas all the way to your final death certificate, there is a single organization that is the official author of your life story. So, who exactly is this narrator of our national story? Okay, let's dive right in. Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at how Home Affairs shapes our identity as citizens. Then, we'll explore its role as the country's official front door. After that, we'll get into its surprising new role as a security powerhouse, the massive digital leap it's taking, and finally, wrap it all up with why this matters to every single one of us. So, let's start at the beginning. We're going to explore just how deeply Home Affairs is woven into the fabric of your identity, right from the day you were born. At its absolute core, the Department of Home Affairs, you'll hear it called the DHA, has one main job: to be the official keeper, the custodian of your identity. Its whole purpose is to create, manage, and protect the one single official record of every South African citizen. Just think about the major milestones in your own life. Your birth was registered, you got your first ID, maybe you've gotten married or traveled abroad. Well, every single one of those events is officially recorded and managed by the DHA. They all feed into this massive database called the National Population Register, basically the master list of everyone in the country. And all of that work boils down to the two documents we know best: your smart ID card, which is your key to pretty much everything inside South Africa, and your passport, the little book that proves your citizenship to the entire world. But here's the thing. The DHA's job isn't just about us citizens. It's also the front door to the country for anyone who wants to visit, study, work, or even make South Africa their permanent new home. It's in charge of the incredibly complex world of immigration. And for foreign nationals, there are really two main pathways. You've got temporary residence, which is for a specific limited time, like for a holiday, a study program, or a work contract. And then you have permanent residence, which is a much bigger deal. That's for people who want to build their lives here for good. And believe me, the department doesn't just hand out permanent residency. The requirements are really specific, and they tend to focus on people who can contribute to the country in some way, whether that's through years of skilled work, by starting a business, or through close family ties. It's really all about nation building. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. This role as the nation's gatekeeper is transforming the department from, a simple administrative office into something way more strategic, a hub for national security. And this is a really critical change in thinking. The department is actively moving beyond just being a place for stamping papers and printing cards. It's fundamentally changing its mission to become a cornerstone of our national security. This quote from a former director general just nails it. The vision is for Home Affairs to be the central hub, the nerve center that secures not just our physical borders, but our digital lives too. I mean, think about it. Every time you open a bank account or use an online service that has to check you are who you say you are, that trust ultimately relies on the identity that the DHE provides. Now, to pull off a vision that big, you need some serious cash. The department's budget for the 2025 to 2026 financial year alone is a massive 11 billion rand. And that money isn't just for paying salaries and keeping the lights on, no way. It's for modernizing our borders, fighting identity theft, and building the high-tech foundation for a secure digital economy. It's a major investment in the country's stability and its future growth. Right, but to truly become this modern nerve center, the department has to deal with its past. And for a long time, it was famous for some major challenges that frustrated a lot of us. Yeah, let's be real here. For years, the department faced some serious criticism. Stories about corruption, those painfully long queues, lost documents, they were all too common. And a lot of those problems came from an old manual, paper-based system that was slow and, frankly, pretty easy to take advantage of. So what's the solution? Well, it's a giant leap into the 21st century. This new Electronic Travel Authorization System, or ETA, is at the very front of this change. It's a completely online system designed to make applying for a visa way faster, smarter, and a whole lot more secure.
So check this out. Here's how it works. An applicant does the whole thing on their phone or computer. They scan their passport, take a selfie for biometric verification, and then, and this is the real game changer, an automated system using AI makes the initial decision. This takes human interference out of key steps, which is a direct hit against the old ways corruption could sneak in, and it speeds the whole process up.
And make no mistake, this isn't some small pilot program. The ambition here is huge. The plan is to make this single, secure digital system the only way for every single visa application to come into South Africa. It's a complete overhaul of the old way of doing things.
Okay, so let's pull all of this together. We've talked about citizens, immigrants, the big pivot to security and technology. What does this all mean for South Africa in the grand scheme of things?
You know, in a way, the story of Home Affairs is the story of modern South Africa. It's moving from a world of long queues and ink stamps to one of biometrics and digital security. It's not just a service provider anymore. It's become a critical enabler of a safe, functional, and modern country.
Because at the end of the day, when Home Affairs gets it right, the entire country benefits. Secure borders improve national security. A smooth visa process brings in tourism and investment, which helps the economy grow. And having a trusted, secure identity empowers every single citizen to take part in our society and our economy. It's absolutely fundamental.
This digital transformation is without a doubt powerful and necessary, but it also leaves us with a brand new challenge. As our official identities become fully digital and these security systems become more and more automated, it forces us to ask a really important question for our future. How do we find that perfect balance between keeping the nation safe and protecting our own personal privacy? That's a conversation that all of us need to be part of.